You are not loved, is what we tend to believe.
Perfect.
Hi, I wanted to do a video about depression today because I believe depression is a big thing in people and in our lives that we don't really take time to explain because everyone's too busy trying to narrow it down into one word. Depression, oh, you're sad. Depression can be caused by many things, and being sad is just one of them. I'm going to be breaking this down into about 4 videos, but in the first one we're just going to be talking about depression and feelings and how to deal with it in general. Well, I believe the big thing is society. Society tends to narrow us down into one thing. You see, people don't really like talking about society, but in reality, everyone wants to be that picture perfect type of thing. Oh, you have to be skinny. Oh, you have to be handsome. Oh, you need to work out. Oh, why do you dress like that? Why do you look like that? Why do you talk like that? Why aren't you cool? Society basically wants us to be cool, and basically cool in general is just saying they want us to be like everyone else. They want you to be just like everyone else. And a big problem with that is you can't be like everyone else. You can't be like everyone else. So when society tends to tell you, oh, you need to lose weight. Oh, you need to work out. Oh, she doesn't like you. Why would she want to be with you? Why would he want to be with you? When you already have your own thoughts on yourself that you don't like yourself, and then you have people telling you, oh, you're ugly. Oh, why don't you go kill yourself? No one likes you. You start to believe this because you yourself don't love yourself. When you don't love yourself and someone's telling you things about you that you already don't like, it's basically they're telling you, and it hurts more because you believe them. And when you believe them, it's easier for them to break you down. Break you to the point where you're unbreakable. And the problem with that is because not only do you hate yourself, you start losing interest in life. You're no longer living, you're no longer happy. You're just passing through life and trying to get through it, basically. And someone telling you not to believe them is hard because you believe them. So, for one, I believe you need to start loving yourself. Because when you love yourself, it's easier for you not to listen to what they say. But loving yourself is also hard because you spent most of your life not loving yourself. And just to start loving yourself is hard. Because when you look in the mirror, you don't see someone you want to be. When you look in the mirror, you're seeing a monster. So I believe you need to find what makes you happy. Okay, maybe those girls at your school say, oh, you can't dress like that. Or maybe you don't want to wear that shirt because you're scared they're going to start talking about you. You have to learn to let what they say not get to you. And it's going to be very hard at first, but you have to do you. You have to find you. A lot of people say you have to be you, but you can't be you, because if you're being that you that does not love yourself, that you that hates yourself, that you who can't stand looking in the mirror, that's the you currently. You have to find the you that you want to be. No, not the skinny you. No, not that you that everyone never talks about. No, not that you that is like everyone else. You have to be the you that loves yourself. You have to find that you, because it's there. It's just haven't taken the time to grow. Another thing is in depression, I believe there's the type of depression where you just generally are not happy. No, it's not because your house is in a good home. No, it's not because of your parents. No, it's not because of your grades. You're just not happy. And it's very confusing because you look around, why aren't you happy? Why aren't you smiling? Why are you not interested? Why can't you be like everyone else? Why am I so unhappy? Why am I so sad? Is basically the problem. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're sad, it's not because there's something wrong with you. It's because you're missing a part of you that you have not found. And because you're sad alone, you just start seeing life in black and white, basically. You're always sad and you don't even know why. You cry, but you don't know why you cry. And you keep this to yourself because you can't go tell someone, oh, I'm sad. Why are you sad? I don't know. How are you gonna respond? How do you fix that? Basically, I don't believe it needs to be fixed. I believe you have to find you. If you're so dependent, I believe if you're so dependent on maybe I'll be happy in a year from now. No. If you're so dependent on just being sad and not trying to be forward because your effort, it just feels like it's going to waste. You can't be happy. You can't be dependent on that fact. Because who are you to say in 10 years from now you're not going to be happy? Who are you to say that you won't be happy in 3 years from now? You don't know. Honestly, you don't know. And because you don't know, you can't give up. You can't give up, not yet. And I know you've been fighting for so long. I know you've been trying to keep the thoughts at bay. Trying to ignore everything, trying to act like you're okay. But you have to keep trying. Keep doing that. Another thing, I believe you should consult yourself. What I mean by that is, if you don't like how you look, do not change until you love. You can't change until you love you. That's what I believe. I believe if you're changing because you don't like the current you, I don't believe that's going to help, because in some cases, you can't change. You can't change. And even if you do change, how are you so sure that's going to help you? How are you so sure that change that you did is going to help you? Because reality life, we have this huge wall put in front of us. And if you find a way to climb that wall, you're gonna get right into another wall. So you have to learn to understand that that wall is imaginary. You have to learn to be able to walk through that wall. Because that wall is there but not there. You can make that wall real, or you can make it unreal. And sometimes you will get into real walls that you will have to learn how to take apart by yourself. Another thing I believe is you need to tell someone. Oh, maybe you don't want to tell anyone because you don't want to be a burden. Maybe you don't want to tell anyone because you feel as though you have no one to talk to. I believe a big thing is you should tell your parents. Now, if your parents, if you believe no, you don't want to tell your parents because they might get mad at you, or they won't understand, or you'll be a burden to them. In some cases, just a little percentage that could be true. But mostly, I don't believe keeping it to yourself is going to help you. Keeping that pain, harboring that pain, that hatred, harboring that in your heart, in your mind, in your soul, is not going to help you, is what I believe. You should tell your parents. And if you can't tell your parents, tell a teacher that you trust. And if you can't tell a teacher that you trust, tell that one friend that's always asking you if you're okay. Maybe not everyone has this friend, but there will be that one friend that's always asking you, are you okay? And you lie to them, lie to their face, because what would telling them do? You feel as though what would telling them do. And most likely, because they don't have any issues with depression, they won't know what to say. And I feel very, that hurts when you're opening up to a friend and that friend has no way to help you because they don't know how to conquer that issue themselves. I would talk to a family member or a teacher that you really trust, because there's nothing wrong with you, but you do need help. Not help because there's something mentally wrong with you. Help because you're just dealing with life. Life is just a bit harder for you right now. And though people are smiling, that doesn't mean they're actually happy. A lot of people say, oh, why are you depressed? You're always laughing. You're always happy. Well, there's this thing called smiling depression, which is where you're smiling on the outside around everyone, but when you're alone, the thoughts get too loud. The static, the pain, it's there. It's just it's so easy for you to mask it. And no one asks you if you're okay because they feel as though you don't need saving. I mean, you can't try to save everyone. Because if you're drowning, and you're trying to save someone else who's also drowning, okay, maybe you could push them atop of the shore, but what if they can't pull you up because they thought you didn't need to? If you're dying, you can't save someone who's dying. You're both in the same issue. So if I were you, I would not try to be the person who's always trying to make everyone else happy, because you won't be able to make yourself happy. For one thing that helped me through depression, like the number one thing, like there was no way I could have made it here today without it, is in God. A lot of you may not believe God, but I'm Christian and I'm trying my hardest to be Christian. But a thing that saved me would be God, Jesus Christ, our Father in heaven. It's because when you're going through depression, you feel alone, but He's been there the whole time. He's been there. Okay, maybe you may not feel it. Oh, if He's there, why am I so sad then? It's because He's putting you through something because He believes you could get over that wall. But a lot of times we forget He's there and that He could help us walk through that wall. So a lot of times what happens if we make that wall bigger. It's not God doing that, it's us. We're born in sin. So when you forget He's there, you feel alone. And when you're alone is when most attacks are going to be more fatal. Your depression is going to be a lot harder on you. That sadness, that hatred, people's words, your life, things not going right. It's going to be a lot harder on you in general. And because it's so hard on you, you're starting to crumble. Instead of that wall crumbling and breaking down so you could get through it, you're crumbling. Because you find it impossible to get over that wall. I would believe in God. God will save you. He doesn't want you to be sad. He wants you to be happy. He puts us through things Because when we get over that and he puts us through something else, it'll be a lot easier. We can just walk through it. He'll put a wall in front of us and tell you to walk through it. How do I walk through a wall? And when you finally do walk through that wall, when he puts you in front of a heavier wall, it'll be a lot easier for you to get through that wall. So yeah, go to church, pray. And if you feel as though praying doesn't help, talk to him. Talk to him. When you're at that darkest moment, when you're about to do something you're gonna regret, talk to him. Talk to him. Even if you feel as though he's not there, talk to him. He's there. The second thing is, I believe, loving yourself and trying to be you is another big thing. Try to be you, try new things, basically. If you're just cooped up in your room and you're left to your thoughts, you don't do anything, just scroll through Instagram, don't do that. Find things you like, try different things. If you don't like sports, try writing, try painting, try drawing, try making poems, try doing things that make you happy. Because when you have so many things making you happy, those sad thoughts are not as big as they were before. They're still there, yeah, but it no longer can overpower your happiness. And last big thing is not only try to understand yourself. Stop saying, I don't know, I'm not happy. Stop telling yourself there's something wrong with you. Because there is nothing wrong with you. You are perfectly imperfect. We cannot be happily sad, and we can't be sadly happy. Happiness and sadness cannot coexist. So when you're sad, you can't just be sad a little bit and start being happy a little bit. It's in stages. So you have to learn to understand that you're not always going to be happy, and you're not always going to be sad. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay that you're not perfect. Because I believe things that are not perfect are actually perfect. It's like, I believe we're like paintings, right? You could be a beautiful painting, but you're rough around the corners, or maybe like there's a scribble across your face, or there's something that's making you so different. And those things that make you different, you have to learn to embrace those things, because in the end, you're going to start loving them. You have to love yourself. Once you love yourself, you can start moving on. And not moving on, you have to learn that sadness period made you stronger so you could get over things. You're better than the you before that sadness period to now. You have to embrace yourself. You have to love you, and you have to come to a thinking of mind where you're peace, you're okay with yourself. And all of that's gonna be really hard. Like, I promise you, it's not gonna happen in a week. It could take you months, a year. It could take you a long time. But eventually you're gonna get there. And as long as you're focused on the goal of getting there, you'll get there. Even if you have to walk around the earth twice, 3 times, you're gonna get to your destination as long as you keep walking. Yeah, but I hope you guys like this video. My channel is not going to be based on certain things. It's just going to be things about me. Like, I'm going to do some painting, I'm going to do some weird videos, we're going to get weird. No, I'm just kidding. I might be kidding. Yeah, but yeah, that's what my channel's going to be about. And just like, subscribe, and comment. And I hope this video helped y'all who are experiencing dark times right now. But I'm here. I love you. Giving y'all all the love. Yeah, bye.